Can you feel the vibe?
I'm feeling it.
You know it's JEJE vibe. JEJE vibe.
JEJE vibe.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the channel, you know what to do right about now. Hit the like and subscribe. That's for you for doing what you're supposed to do. So you know I got my queen with me.
Thanks, my love.
You can see what we have on the screen. Jaguar facing backlash after woke new ad.
The woke campaign.
It was like, what are we doing here? This is supposed to be an automobile company.
They went with the campaign of the Miami pink and London blue.
Crazy.
Originality in all its forms. Copy nothing. London Blue, a tribute to British creativity. Inspired by the opalescent silver blue of the 1960s E-Type, reimagined for today. Miami Pink, an expression of Miami's spirit, capturing the city's vibrancy, culture, and diversity.
Presenting an ad like this is, it was more like a model runway. Like this is a car company. And
Or more like a makeup company.
And you now have different people
Trying to model a concept car now.
crazy. Jaguar sales has gone down 97.5%.
So pathetic for Jaguar.
Oh my God.
According to an auto industry report, Jaguar registered just 49 cars in Europe during the entire month of April. Guys, that's down 97.5% compared to last year, where they sold nearly 2,000 cars. Between January and April, sales dropped 75% versus the same time last year. And Bloomberg claims the brand has effectively gone dormant since rebranding and ditching all of its gas-powered models.
As a fan of Jaguar,
I wouldn't say I was a fan because I've driven several cars. But I would say yes, I used to own one. Even though their upper and lower control arms are shitty.
crazy.
But the car still drives smoothly.
Jaguar originated with the Swallow Sidecar Company in 1922, but the first true Jaguar was made in 1935. As with many brands, Jaguar had a key figure who drove its early success, founder Sir William Lyons.
Sir William Lyons had this idea about grace, pace and space. He had another expression he used, which JLR are using a lot now, is called a copy of nothing. And that's really important. So he really believed he was copying no one.
These principles produced some incredible cars. Then came the E-Type, the car Enzo Ferrari allegedly gushed over in 1961.
There was nothing else on the planet that looked like that. To have the courage and the conviction to say, actually, this is what we think a sports car should look like, that's the essence of Jaguar.
Now, compared to the new design and what Jaguar used to be, what do you think about the new direction of the design when it comes to the car design?
It's over for Jaguar, as much as it's so sad to say. You left your classicness associated with Jaguar, and over the years you can see the changes, and the more they try to change, the more they keep getting declined, such as removing the Jaguar now in front of the car.
Oh my God.
Jaguar's one of the most iconic British brands to ever exist in the car world.
This is what Jaguar once was, a maker of some of the most desired and admired cars on the planet. Today, however, the story has drastically changed.
The brand was diluted, the brand equity had been reduced, and the vehicles certainly weren't making any profits at all in the past few years.
Taking out the emblem, that's like Rolls-Royce taking out the Angel. Or like, that's iconic. Like, how would you take out the Jaguar out of the Jaguar? Like,
Crazy.
you take out the Jaguar emblem out of the Jaguar. What's going on? Yeah, oh my God.
It's been somewhat sad to watch the brand struggle increasingly over the last few decades.
As of November 2024, the company has almost completely shut down production and plans to keep it that way for more than a year. This is a move unheard of in the automotive industry.
So they're going to kind of disappear in the automotive world effectively.
But Jaguar says this is not the end. The once iconic brand is planning a comeback.
What we want to do is, take us back to the natural habitat by making breathtaking vehicles that really resonate at an emotional level with their clients.
They believe this vehicle is capable of reinvigorating the brand for the future.
But this production shutdown is just the first of several risky moves.
There are going to be serious consequences. This is going to be a hard one to back out of and go down this route.
So, Jaguar went woke.
And if you go woke, you go broke. Last year, Jaguar set the record for the worst rebrand in history. And now their sales have collapsed by 98% in Europe.
And they're going broke. They're part of the companies that have gone with this woke idea of trying to be inclusive and diverse, whichever way they define it.
We're committed to fostering a diverse, inclusive, and unified culture that is representative not only of the people who use our products, but in a society in which we all live. And we're on a transformative journey of our own, driven by a belief in diversity, inclusion, creativity.
Because definitions these days is like, it's on a spectrum.
You're ticking every woke box here. You've got the androgynous weird things on some foreign planet.
You never know what the definition is going to be like tomorrow.
Going woke and going broke while at it.
Facts. These companies are trying or dabbling into something that is not what they're supposed to be focused on.
I mean, do they even sell cars? From this ad, you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know it was
no, they
cars.
don't, it turns
you
out.
actually would not. Well, they're not selling cars because apparently the cars that this was all designed, this advertising campaign was designed for, are so far behind production, they're actually not even there for them to sell because they've gone completely to EV models. Now,
you're supposed to be focused on your classic. Like the classic Jaguar, you already have the fan base. Just like people who love Benz, they love Benz, they love the BM, they love the Jeep. Like everybody has their own choice, but you already have that
Niche. Yep.
And now you breeding up a new idea.
They could have just improved on the mechanics of their classic cars now.
Easy. And now you're bringing a concept car into the market. I think it's since the whole cyber truck thing, everybody's trying to be different when it comes to,
But then the Cybertruck thing is shitty car anyways.
So there's the reason why it's called a concept car. You can just use that and say, oh, this is what we're planning to build in the future, but we still have to keep our classic.
I remember when the ad first came out, and the people, the Jaguar people who commissioned the ad and everything, and the people who did, were like, "Oh no, we're actually really happy with it. Just watch this space. This is part of this whole sort of." And yeah, we watched the space, and the space is now
very, very empty.
98% less than it was. But again, it's just that same thing of, I don't want to sound like old fuddy-duddy, but it's that same thing. Instead of just saying, listen, this is my story, and I know I'm unusual, and getting people to actually understand trans issues or androgynous issues or whatever, people who want to wear strange latex triangles, whatever it is. But instead of saying, this is the future, this is what everyone is now, and if you're not on board, then, you're an old dinosaur grandpa. And actually, most of us are kind of quite happy to be dinosaurs.
Yeah, this is crazy for Jaguar. Jaguar is going down.
It's gone.
I don't think there's any coming back from this. The ad campaign was trash. The unveiling of the cars. To me, they all look like a concept car. Not something.
And even with the conceptness of the car now, you can see how those concept cars are still not practical in real life. And that's why some just stays as design only. They don't come to life.
Facts.
I've always thought Jag was a little bit lovely. They were beautiful cars, but a little bit daggy. They were never sort of really, it was kind of a Jag
Not
or a
anymore.
Volvo.
Now they're hip, they're cutting edge.
I just don't think Jag's ever really going to be seen as the cutting edge, cool car. But now they're pink and EVs, and there's blokes in orange frocks selling them.
Yeah, but Jags were always the classic, upper class, sort of British, iconic car.
Establishment car.
Establishment car. And it's like, whoever did this marketing needs to be fired ASAP, because clearly they don't know who their customer base is.
So what you guys think about Jaguar with the whole new theme or the whole new idea or the whole new direction that he chose to go? And now they're losing so much right now. The sales of Jaguar has gone down. Like, this is down. Jaguar is losing it. So what you guys think? Drop a comment and let us know. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. It's JEJE Vibe.
It's JEJE Vibe.
See you guys in the next one. JEJE Vibe. JEJE Vibe. JEJE Vibe.
JEJE Vibe.
You know. It's JEJE Vibe.
Jaguar's kind of unique proposition throughout its history was its combination of driving dynamics and styling.
In these early years, Jaguar excelled in racing, winning the famous 24 Hours of Le Mans race 7 times since it had begun competing in the 1950s.
Here's Hamilton and the victorious Jaguar.
That put it just behind Porsche, Audi, and Ferrari. In 1948, it had the fastest production car in the world. But as the Lyons years drew to a close, the company started to stumble. Like many small automakers, Jaguar changed hands several times.
Jaguar is another British brand, like so many British brands. Aston Martin is, but the two are kind of similar in so many ways. And that includes this struggle to find economic viability, to have this brand that's super well-known and powerful and desirable, and turn that into a business case that is profitable.
In the late 1960s, the British Motor Corporation, which later became British Leyland, bought the brand.
So William Lyons was getting on in years of looking ahead to retirement. I think that's when some of the problems started with Jaguar. Without Sir William Lyons' personal guidance and instructions on how the company should be run, and particularly on design and development of vehicles.
No doubt there will be many takers for a prestige name like Jaguar.
In 1989, Ford Motor Company bought it and eventually housed it in a division called the Premier Auto Group, with a number of high-end brands Ford had bought over a several-year period. period, including Aston Martin, Volvo, and Land Rover.
Ford did a lot of really good things at Jaguar. They improved the manufacturing facilities. They put a lot of money into the product investment. They brought some guys over to help running the company under the Ford umbrella.
The idea: share parts across various brands while enjoying the profits that come with higher pricing. But the deal didn't quite live up to its promise.
And that got a lot of criticism in the motoring media for Jaguars coming off those Ford platforms. But the vehicles were very capable. They were competent cars.
Do you look at those vehicles from that time period? The S-Type, maybe felt more like rebadge Fords than actual Jaguars. When you are selling on fashion and style and brand, it is hard to deliver a product that maybe is, it feels very everyday.
They didn't seem to really benefit as much as we kind of hoped they might with that kind of infusion of capital that Ford was going to hopefully give them.
They also made choices that may have damaged Jaguar's image, specifically turning it into a high-volume producer.
Jaguar was never really a high-volume manufacturer. It was a producer of very distinctive, good-looking, high-performance sports cars and saloon cars.
No wonder Jaguar is an endangered species on Ford's dwindling list of luxury brands.
Jaguar was a very fashionable brand, and it's hard to keep that up over decades and decades, especially when you go the route of trying to chase more volume. And that's what every car company is tasked with, because at the end of the day, it's great to be cool, but if you're not selling very many cars, your business isn't good. And that's really what you're in business for.
They never made any money doing it, and it didn't help the brand at all. It weakened the brand significantly until we get to a point where we are the last few years.
This higher volume strategy continued under Jaguar's current owner, Tata Motors.